I said nothing.
Welcome to Required Taste Podcast. We are back. It's your boy Tech Daddy.
It's Queen Bee.
Hi.
You did it. This is going great. Well, look, all right. I'm sorry if I thought we were ready, so I hit the button. You hit the record button. I hit the.
Am I even in the right spot? Am I where I'm supposed to be?
I mean, I guess.
Okay.
Oh, you're sitting down and you're in the frame.
Okay.
And there's a microphone in front of you. These are context clues.
Well, sort of. There we go.
This is going great. This is going so great. Anyways, welcome to Required Taste Podcast. We are back. Thanks for joining us. Today we have actually oh my God.
I'll bring that litter box back in here.
I'll shit in it.
Can we do the intro? Can I do the intro? Can we do this? Okay. Jeez. Anyways, welcome to Required Taste Podcast. If you're new to the podcast, thanks for checking us out. We are a history podcast. Do history, mystery, music sometimes, some other things here and there, but the majority of our focus is going to be on history. Today, we're not doing any of those, so that's fun.
Well, sort of.
Well, kind of, yeah. I mean, we are doing like a listener requested episode finally.
Yeah.
We've been wanting to do one for a while.
We're doing like a variation on a listener request.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of. Sure. Anyways, we're going to do it. We're going to nail it. It's going to be great. But anyways, if you're new here, thanks for checking us out. We do some banter in the beginning of every episode, so bear with us while we get that out of our systems, if you will. If you're a returning listener, thanks for sticking around with us. We've been here for 3 years now, doing it.
There's a bug in here again.
What kind of bug is it?
It's a little beetle.
Okay. Well, this is not a stink bug.
Or a wasp.
Or a wasp.
The next time John sits next to me, I am going to whop him in the face with this thing when he's not ready.
Jeez.
That's
Whack.
okay. This episode's getting off to a great start. This is going real well.
This is not my fault.
I didn't. Okay. That's fine. Anyways, if you're a returning listener, thanks for sticking with us over these years. We appreciate it. Obviously, your support means everything to us. If you have been following us, thanks for doing that. If you aren't following us, please give us a follow. Give us a rating on whatever you're listening to us on. A few people actually have been rating us recently, so we're up to like a 4.9. Thanks, B. You're doing great. We're up to a 4.9 on Spotify, which is pretty dope. So
That's
for those who have been giving us ratings, I don't know. I think somebody like rated us a 4 at some point out of 5. Anyway, so yeah, if you are following us, give us a rating. It helps us out. We appreciate it. Also, of course, thanks for sticking with us all these years. As per usual, you get 4 hit kisses. Indeed.
That was from the beetle.
It was.
Obviously. Yeah, so there are so many distractions up here
I
today.
could just hear Jess like cooing at the kitten.
Yeah, there are so many distractions up here today. Like, there is a kitten because B has a new kitten. There's my girlfriend because there is a new kitten. So one thing, the one catalyst is causing everything else at this point.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're talking about mythical creatures.
That's
Thought
true.
I would bring my own mythical creature.
So a familiar? Is your cat a familiar?
He is my familiar, yes.
That makes sense.
He's a black kitten.
Well, your kitten pooped up here and it smelled really.
He sure did.
It dropped a fucking bomb.
Yeah.
A deuce, one would say.
Indeed.
Well, I put the litter box outside, so it's fine. He's fine. He's just trying to exist, okay? He's doing his best.
Okay.
You know what? Hang on. I'm gonna show the camera.
Okay. I mean, this is really what we're here for, so that's fine. That's okay. Honestly, we do need one. Wait, we do? Okay. Oh, well, obviously need to talk to his agent, the paparazzi. Bowie just took a swing at you. I mean, understandably so. He's going to be on the internet now. Okay. It's obviously all
yeah. I thought I was sitting here with adequate vibes.
Mm.
Yeah. Doesn't appreciate your vibes.
Okay. Anyway, so as you know, like for listeners, we usually try to do like an episode here and there for the suggestions that you all give us. This one, this particular listener actually left us 2, so we got to get to the other one eventually. But this was going to be an interesting one because I've actually never seen Harry Potter, and neither has Ben.
Nor have I.
Yeah, I'm the only one here who's actually seen Harry Potter, and this entire episode is about Harry Potter, so...
Enjoy.
Great.
I mean...
So it was actually funny. Yesterday, we were at, Jess and myself, she bought me tickets to go see, to Swan Fest yesterday, which was in Chicago. You know, we've actually done a podcast episode myself, I think it was DJ. We did an episode about, like, the record label Blue Swan.
I'm pretty sure I was on that one too.
Okay.
I just like vibed with you guys because I didn't know what you were talking about.
Fantastic. I think you're right, actually. That is true. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we did an episode about Blue Swan Records before, like Dance Gavin Dance, Dwellings, like a bunch of, like Cat Company. There's a bunch of bands on that label. So they had a show in Chicago yesterday for my birthday. Just bought me tickets for it as a surprise. So we went. It was cool. So I don't know how you guys deal with like anybody that you think is like famous, or like people that you think are like you know, well known, or like musicians, or people that you might have just met at like conventions or concerts or anything like that. So we were waiting. It was in between sets, and you know, me and just standing there having a drink, you know, chit chatting, and I saw the guitar player who was playing with Kurt Travis, and I'm like, okay, that's a guitar player. I'm like, right on. I'll give him a fist bump, you know, tell him they did great, and keep it moving. I didn't want to bother the dude. I mean, he's, you know, chilling, enjoying his day, enjoying the bands. I don't want to bug him, you know. And so we were sitting there chit-chatting for a minute, and I'm like, cool, man. Like, you know, well, thanks for everything. You know, thanks for coming out and playing. It was really cool hearing you guys. And he actually sat and talked with us for a minute, which was actually really dope. He's super down to earth. His name's Zach,
awesome.
Which was super cool. I'm like, that's really really nice of him. And so we're chit-chatting, and like he's like, so where you guys from? Like, da-da-da. Like, he's like, the band, and then they were from like California. So I'm like, that's cool. You know, like, we're part of California, just, you know, bullshitting for a minute. And it's like, oh, where you guys from? Oh, well, we live in Indiana, like across the border. We just say it's Chicagoland because it's easier. But like for people that are from the area, they know, like, you know, the region. He's like, oh, the region. Okay, that's cool. Like, where is that about? And we tried to explain it. And we're like, yeah, we're region, just like, yeah, we're region rats. Like, yep,
Jeez.
good old region rats. And so trying to explain what a region rat is to somebody from California.
Yeah.
I have never learned that is a very, very, it's not easy.
An in-depth process.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah. Being region rats is a full-time job.
I mean, I feel like you can just be like, well, we're not close enough to Chicago to call us from Chicago. We're in a different state, but we're still also very close to Chicago. And it's kind of a shitty, like, industrialized area.
It's fine. And I, whenever I'm traveling, I just say I'm like, I live around Chicago because it's easier.
Yeah.
Because like, it's not like we're from fucking Naperville or some shit. Like we live at a half hour, maybe an hour from the city. Like
45 minutes.
It's like 40.
Depending
even
on
from
traffic.
here, it's like 40 minutes. Like it's not that bad.
Depending on traffic.
Yeah.
I just
like
say Northwest Indiana.
Oh, okay.
Well, you can say by Gary, and then people are like, oh yeah.
Well, yeah, I did reference. I'm like, yeah, if you've ever heard of Gary, Indiana, we live around there.
Because people know where Gary is.
Well, yeah, for a myriad of reasons, none of them good.
Yeah.
Except for Michael Jackson and maybe Freddie Gibbs, depending upon who you ask. But yeah, for the most part, and I mean, because I'm from, born and raised in Gary, so like, for me, it's like, yeah, I'm from Gary, which is true.
Yeah.
But like, then you get the looks of like, okay, like, how's that going? Well, growing up even too, like I remember my parents would always say, just don't tell them that you're from Gary, like tell them you're from somewhere else. Because back in the 90s, Gary was, the worst.
Yeah, it's not as nearly as bad as it used to be.
Well, it has the stigma, and then everybody that, like, whenever like there's something on the news or like on Facebook, which drives me fucking nuts.
Oh, the Facebook ones or like the YouTube videos that people make?
Yeah.
Drives me crazy.
Drives me fucking nuts. Because it's like, oh, well, I live right next to Gary and it's so bad. Oh, no.
Or like, let me drive through the absolute worst street in Gary and videotape everything and try to make everybody believe that this is how all of Gary is.
Exactly. I try to get some fucking clout. Fuck those people.
Yeah.
I have not seen any of these.
So shitty.
Oh, it would make you incredibly angry. Especially like, dude, like I said, I'm born and raised there. I was there my entire childhood and, formative years. I didn't move out of Gary officially until I was in my 20s.
My grandpa lived there in the 50s. So like when it was
At its height.
at its glory.
Yeah, I was there at the height of the murders.
Yeah.
But yeah, it just drives me fucking nuts. People are like, "Oh, I live in Munster. I'm right next to Gary. It's so bad." Oh, fuck you guys. Like,
Right next to Gary.
fuck y'all. And then like the people that are super mad about them like Gary getting the bid for the convention center. Like I don't know if you guys saw that or not, but Gary's getting a new convention center.
I thought that was great. Why are people mad about it?
Because they're fucking butthurt. It's like, oh, but they're gonna ruin it. Oh, it's gonna be bad in a year or so. Nah. Fucking
Gary is gonna ruin the convention center.
apparently.
Well, they haven't ruined the casino yet, so
No, the casino's doing so good over there.
the casino's doing great, and it's bringing a ton of money into the area.
A shit ton of money into the area.
So like.
Streets that weren't
Shut
paved before.
Yeah.
Dude.
You can actually drive down Burr now.
Exactly.
My entire childhood, 'cause I had a friend that lived in Concord. That's if you go down Burr far enough, you'll go past the highway, past some other shit, and then there's Concord, like these apartment complexes. And I had a friend that lived over there, and every fucking time I went to his house, going down that street, blowing out tires, bending rims.
Yep.
For years, all it was a damn casino.
We got me and Melina got a flat tire. We almost made it to Ridge Road. We were coming off of Burr, and we got a flat tire, and we pulled into that gas station that you see right there. And it was like, I don't know, it was like 11 o'clock at night or something, or 10:30 or something. And we pull into the gas station, and the guy, we're sitting there, and she's trying to get a hold of whoever she was dating at the time to come help us. And the owner of the gas station comes out and he's like, "Are you girls all right? Need any help?" And we're like, "No, we're okay." And he's like, "All right." And he goes inside and shuts all the lights off.
Oh, fuck you too, then.
Like, okay.
Oh, man.
Yeah, fuck you. It's better now, though.
Yeah, that whole because they put like all new gas stations are on that street now
Yeah,
too.
that gas station. Is it still a gas station? It's like real fancy, whatever's there now. It's like a convenience store or a gas station.
Is it the one that had the truck stop or the one across the street from it?
It's on the, okay, so
You're
like,
talking about the south end of Burt, right?
yeah, like
The
if
one
you're,
at the T?
like it tees with Ridge Road.
Yeah.
And then on the right hand side.
Oh, that one. That is still a gas station.
Yeah.
Okay, but it's real fancy.
It's
now.
nicer now.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah.
they redid it. I think it's like a new ownership or something like that. But yeah, they completely redid it.
Yeah.
And it's very bright.
It's
like,
very bright, yeah.
obnoxiously bright. Which is probably good, honestly. But you know,
Well, it's better
safety.
for girls who get flat tires. in the
Exactly.
middle of the night.
It's like, oh, you don't need any help? Fuck you.
Yeah.
I just imagine like there's a giant switch they just pull.
Basically.
Oh, that sucks. But yeah, it was just funny. Just
Not going to buy anything. You're not going to use my lights.
your lights are for customers only. Paying customers only. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, it was just like, it was funny. Like I was trying to explain to this dude, you know, like where we were from, you know, I can't say like, oh, I live in Hobart because like, what the fuck is a Hobart?
Yeah.
He'd probably say Hobart.
People, oh my God, so many people say Hobart.
Yeah, some dude from California is totally gonna know where this is.
Yeah.
But yes, he was really cool. His name was Zach. And it turns out, so we were just, you know, getting shit chat. I'm like, so like, what other projects were you doing, man? Like, you obviously play for these guys. He's like, oh, dude, yeah, I'm the writer and guitar player for his band called Strawberry Girls. I'm like, what? One of my favorite bands. DJ played with them like a few weeks ago.
Really?
In Chicago. Super dope. I'm like, that's really cool.
Nice.
We're talking about that. He's like, oh yeah, and I play guitar on like Dance Gavin Dance, like old albums. I'm like, like, dude, you play guitar on some of my favorite albums, and I just didn't even know if you. I don't know celebrities or people. I don't know what people look like.
Yeah.
I mean, other than like, I see you on TV all the time, sure, but
Like
you know.
actors and that
just,
makes sense. But
yeah, musicians.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was like, yeah, I'm the same way, dude. It's fine. I'm like, okay, cool. I didn't want to. I don't want to be an asshole about it.
I don't think I've ever met anybody famous. I've met Bret Michaels. I don't know if he counts.
Yeah.
Okay, I've met him.
No, I would say so.
Yeah.
My mom was like his biggest fan.
Yes, she
on
was.
Planet Earth, and so every time we went to a concert, we did a meet and greet, and he like knew her by name.
It's fantastic.
And then at what's his name? The politician, the Indiana guy that's everywhere.
Mervan?
Mervan.
Oh.
Met him.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't know if
Okay.
he counts either.
I mean, he's a known name in Indiana, I guess.
Sure. That's the only
That's
famous
something.
people I've ever met in my
That's
life.
something. You're famous in Indiana. That's fun.
Yeah.
And most famous off the top of my head, I've ever met were, and I mentioned it before, but a couple of the guys that were at Benghazi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've mentioned that before. I don't know, like I've met a few. Like Lou Ferrigno, I would run into him every year at Comic-Con. Super nice guy. The original Hulk, if you for those that are unaware. He was in a few other things too, obviously, but the Hulk is kind of his big thing. I didn't know he was deaf. I think I mentioned that on the podcast before too. I had no idea he was deaf until like the third or fourth time. I mean,
his whole life? Or?
Yeah, well, I don't know if it was. I'm pretty sure it was his whole life.
Wow,
he's deaf, but yeah, like I mean, reads lips, I guess, or something like that. Fine, because we communicated it easily. I just never noticed it until way later.
Is he like completely deaf, or does he wear a hearing aid? Or
I don't know. He's a very large man, so I didn't really pay that
other
close
things to focus on.
Dude, like when I shake his, I have like a medium sized hand. I say his hand comes up to like here on my arm. It's ridiculous. It's very large. I mean, you played the Hulk for a reason.
Yeah, he's a big dude.
Yeah, really large. And then the other one was a wrestler. One of my favorites growing up. Good old Cactus Jack. Dude Love, if you will. Mankind was his probably biggest persona. Mick Foley is his name. But yeah, super nice guy. Yeah, he played a very, very weird dude wrestling though, but he is one of probably the nicest people I've ever met that was like famous. And I watched him wrestle as I grew up and shit. He had Sacco. It was a whole thing. Anyways, but yeah, he was super nice guy. But when I met him, I don't curse in front of certain people, just like the vibe people get off. I just don't feel proper cursing in front of them. I did not curse in front of that man. I felt like I just was going to do myself a disservice. Yeah. I was going to disrespect him by saying the F word in front of him.
I mean, that's fine.
You know. Yeah, really nice guy. But yeah, Zach was really, really cool. It took like, he talked to us for a while. Like, at least like 15 minutes, like 15, 20 minutes. Like we were sitting there chatting. Yeah, super, super cool. But yeah, that was the point of the story, was just trying to explain to somebody the fucking region.
Yeah.
It's not easy.
It's an awkward area.
We're the armpit of the world, or of the country.
That's what people say.
I mean, if you look at Lake Michigan, if you look at it as an arm, that would be the pit.
I suppose.
Mm-hmm, right.
It certainly smells like it.
Oh, yeah, well, that's whiting for you.
Yeah.
God.
Once you get into whiting.
Oh, well, yeah, every time the tattoo shop I used to always go to was in Whiting, so I would have to go over there every time. It was an interesting. It was like, here I am. I found it.
I guess you get used to it after a while.
I suppose it actually doesn't smell that bad all the time.
No,
it's just like every now and again.
Some days
which
it's real
process
bad.
they're in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a refinery there. For those that are listening that have no idea what we're talking about, Whiting has the BP refinery. And it's depending upon what part of the process they're in, depends on the smell. But like most of the time I'm there, it's fine. It's right by the beach too, which is cool.
Yeah, the beach is cool, but yeah, it does like smell like.
Yeah. Anyways, so today, like I mentioned before, we are doing an episode for one of our listeners. So thank you for that. By the way, she gave us such a really nice.
She really did.
That was cool.
Shout out. She was very sweet. We mentioned her a couple podcasts ago as well.
Yeah, we did. So she gave us two topics. This is one of the two. We're going to try to get the other ones done too, hopefully sooner than later. Just so, because we have a few listener requests that we have not done.
This could potentially be like a multi-parter.
Sure.
Because we're kind of talking about like one aspect. It could go so much further.
Sure. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
I get that. But like we joked about earlier, we haven't seen Harry Potter. So
you guys are going to have like absolutely no idea what I'm
talking about. You're getting
about.
one out of me.
Well, I did play the video game. That was pretty good.
Okay. Did you learn anything about the Harry Potter universe?
Yeah.
Video game?
Yeah.
Well, the video game was a prequel to the books.
Yeah, X's Jump.
It might have been. It's been a while since I played it. It's a good game, though. It's a really fun game. Just saying. It was on sale recently. Just saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's actually just a pretty fun game overall. I don't know. Whatever.
Anyway, so.
Yeah, B, you got this one. Take it over.
So, the listener request was that we talk about like aspects of Harry Potter that are taken from like real life mythology, because the author J.K. Rowling sucks, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
We don't like her, but she kind of took a lot of inspiration from actual real world mythology, and in some cases just kind of like ripped it straight from mythology.
Mm-hmm.
She used a lot of Greek mythology, some like Egyptian mythology, European, Nordic, some Japanese mythology as well, Arabic mythology, like all over the world. And then what we're going to focus on today is creatures, like mythical creatures that are in Harry Potter that are taken from real world mythology, which anybody who knows anything about Harry Potter knows that the creatures are like a huge aspect of Harry Potter. There's even an entire book and also movie series called Mythical Beasts and Where to Find Them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So it's kind of, well, the movies are not really about the mythical beasts, but the book was. It's like a fictional textbook that was in the Harry Potter universe, and the movie series is based on the author of that fictional book and like how he encountered all of these creatures.
I gotcha.
And
Like
wrote
a
about them.
zoological record?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Also, I thought it was called Fantastic Beasts. And
Oh
Where
yeah,
to Find Them.
Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. I'm sorry. That's right.
Did you ever watch this movie? So I didn't.
I did. Okay, I watched. I think the first one, and then how many are there?
I think there's 3.
3. I think I watched the first and the second one.
Okay.
Yeah, the main character's name is Newt Scamander.
Fucking what?
He's played by Eddie Redmayne.
It's fantastic.
I believe the fake name more than the real name.
They all have like funky names like that in Harry Potter.
Yeah, that's just kind of a Harry Potter thing.
Yeah. So there's a ton. There's there's the basilisk, which is, based off of the mythological basilisk. Centaurs, Cerberus is Greek mythology. Griffins, manticores, chimeras, phoenix, pixies, leprechauns, dragons, obviously, werewolves, trolls, ghouls. There's, poltergeists, all kinds of creatures that we're very, very familiar with from regular mythology. So I just kind of picked out a few, which are kind of really central to some of the plots of the books and the movies. Like kind of the main monsters of some of these monsters, mythological creatures, whatever they are. So one of the ones I want to talk about is the Phoenix. So the Phoenix in Harry Potter, his name is Fawkes. He's Dumbledore's Phoenix. He's like the headmaster of the school. So he has a Phoenix named Fawkes, and Fawkes is like just chilling in his office all the time throughout the whole like first book, I think. And he doesn't really do much until the second book. And in the second book, he like rescues kind of Harry Potter at the very end. He like brings him a sword so he can defeat another mythical beast that we'll talk about in a minute.
Okay.
So phoenixes, they're legendary birds that have kind of unclear origins. They're from like everywhere. Like just about every culture has like a phoenix type myth.
Okay.
They're associated with fire, renewal, immortality, rebirth. That's the whole thing. Like a phoenix will burst into flames, burn up, and then reemerge from the ashes. Like a new phoenix will reemerge from the ashes.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a whole thing with X-Men.
Yeah. So it's very prevalent in culture. Everybody kind of knows what a phoenix is. They're the earliest like kind of phoenix-esque creature is in Egyptian mythology called a Bennu bird. The Bennu bird was associated with the sun god Ra, creation and rebirth. It was said to perch on a Ben stone.
What?
A Ben stone. Do you have one of those?
I do not.
I feel like it's angry.
It's probably a pretty angry stone. I feel like you should have a Ben stone.
I wouldn't know where to find one.
Egypt, apparently.
Obviously.
Or just make a Ben stone by breaking 2 rocks.
You could probably do that. I feel like if anyone can, it's you.
I'll go break some rocks.
So Ben stone is a sacred pyramidal shaped stone in ancient Egyptian mythology, symbolizing the primeval mound from which the universe emerged.
I gotta shape this fucking thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's also considered the dwelling place of the sun god Ra and housed in the sun temple of Atum at Heliopolis.
Sure.
Jeez, that
I'll
was
try.
hard.
I'll try and find some Israeli contractors and see if I can get one this week.
I mean, you pay them in grain and beer, they'll be fine.
Shekels.
Grain and beer. Keep it classic.
So it was linked to the flood cycle of the Nile and resurrection. It was often depicted as a heron-like bird with radiant plumage. So whenever you see a phoenix, it's got like big, bright red, yellow, and like sometimes purple feathers.
It's a peacock lit on fire.
So that's kind of what this bird looked like, but it was more like a heron.
Fair enough.
And then the ancient Greeks, they kind of adapted the Egyptian concept of a phoenix. It was described by Herodotus, yeah, who wrote that there was a bird that lived for 500 years before bursting into flames and dying and then being reborn. The Greek phoenix was red and gold, and it was associated with Helios. And it was kind of like became again, that's the symbol of renewal and rebirth and whatever. And it was written about a lot in Greek mythology.
Okay.
And then it was, again, interpreted into Roman mythology, early Christian mythology. Christians like to associate it with Jesus, like they do with everything.
Well, the Christians got to borrow everything else from everybody else.
They gotta. It was also found in Islamic and Persian mythology. A similar bird exists called a samur, a majestic, wise creature associated with purity and healing. They're like basically all good things. Like this isn't like a scary kind of monster creature. This is like a symbol of purity, a symbol of healing, a symbol of, whatever, rebirth. So in Harry Potter, Fawkes has healing tears. So when Harry gets bit, did he get bit? Something happened to him. He gets bit, I think, by the basilisk, which we're going to talk about the basilisk in a minute.
If I had a nickel.
Yep.
Every time you got bit by a basilisk?
Yeah, try to say that 3 times fast.
Yeah, so he gets bit by the basilisk, and Fawkes comes in and brings him the sword that he uses to kill the basilisk, and then cries on his arm where he got bit, and it like heals up.
Oh.
So he's got healing tears.
That's new.
And in the books and the movies, he's kind of like symbolic of, I guess, Harry Potter's journey through all of the adversity and all of the trials and tribulations that he goes throughout all of his adventures. And he like emerges every time stronger, supposedly, with more trauma.
Don't we all?
Yeah. And then I want to talk about it a little bit more, but I don't want to like spoil anything for anyone who hasn't seen.
Harry Potter has been out for how long?
Okay,
If they're listening to this, they already know about it.
Okay.
And I'll make sure I make a note about spoilers.
Okay, yeah. Make a note about spoilers.
Well, I'll put it in the description, like possible spoilers in episode for Harry Potter, I guess.
Yeah, if they're listening to this, they're listening to hear about somebody else's take on something they've already seen.
Likely, yeah. Except for the fact that neither of you have seen it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is confirming I never will, but continue.
Wait, why? Explain yourself.
There are too many steps to what you're saying. Continue.
What do you mean too many steps?
Too many steps.
Elaborate.
I'm no.
Why not? Because you can't. That's why.
No, I can.
Because you can't.
No, I can.
'Cause you
I'm just
can't.
choosing not to.
Can't.
No, because I can.
Because you can't.
Continue.
Elaborate.
I don't have to.
Oh, I'm just not going to watch Harry Potter because of what you're saying. Oh,
No, not because of what you're saying.
Explain yourself.
None of it has been intriguing to me.
Whatever.
I'm not trying not to be mean about the thing that you like, and you're not letting me not be mean.
Be mean.
I don't want to be mean.
Bitch.
Like,
what's up?
I want you to have your thing.
Yeah, they always have these lover spats when they're in the car together, and now we're just catching it on camera.
How dare you?
You did this. You didn't just let it go.
You did.
I wanted you to elaborate.
I didn't want to elaborate because I want to be nice to you and the people that are listening about Harry Potter. I don't want to pick on their thing.
Okay.
And also, don't blame me. Blame Jess.
Oh, it was you?
She brought it.
What is that?
All the rest was, this is the lover's quarrel.
The betrayal.
Yeah, don't look at me.
For once, I'm just over here trying to be nice.
And I'm letting you babysit my son. How dare you?
He's a good boy.
Mm-mm.
And you're just fine.
She's going to rename him Basilisk.
Anyway. Spoiler alert,
There you go.
Dumbledore dies. And then, so because he's Dumbledore's Phoenix, he like flies away. And so it kind of, it's like a...
Is that the guy with no nose?
No,
that's the
Voldemort.
other. Yeah.
Don't talk to me like that. I asked a legitimate question. I haven't seen the movies. I'm trying to be engaged here.
No, that's Voldemort. That's all I said.
There was a tone.
There's a tone
there was
because
a-
I'm
So see what I'm
mad
talking
at you at all times. So there's gonna be a tone.
There was nothing done that you should be mad about.
I'm just in a permanent state of mad at you. Always. Always.
It's going to be a very long car ride for you guys.
We didn't
drove
drive together.
separate.
We drove separate.
Oh, you guys actually did drive
Yeah.
separate.
Thank God.
Oh, this is.
No, he's allergic to cats, so
Oh, yeah,
I'm
so,
trap him
yeah.
in the car
Yeah, I
with
get that.
Bowie.
That's fair.
Yeah. But so that kind of like symbolizes that Fox is free to go kind of whenever he wants, but he just stuck around because Dumbledore was his buddy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Question for you.
Yes.
Because I was looking into this. Again, I played the game I played, it was like a prequel to Harry Potter.
Mm-hmm.
And I did read the first book, but that was like
A million
20
years
something years
ago,
ago.
yeah.
Yeah. I was a freshman in high school, which was,
Don't do the math. It'll hurt.
yeah. Anywho, 24 years ago. Anyway, so about the basilisk, because I was looking into that, I was obviously the giant snake.
Yeah.
And I was trying to see if they were making a connection to the world serpent, Jormungandr, which is the Norse.
The basilisk is completely different.
That's what I actually gathered there, because I'm like, what the hell? Because it sounds like, okay, giant snake, there's poison involved, cool. But yeah, that's really where the similarities end, which is.
Yeah, it really is. And like the basilisk is one I wanted to talk about today too.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay.
I like that Aaron can ask a question without, the third degree, but I asked one question
Well,
trying to be
he's
engaged
not
in the
rude about
episode.
it.
How was that rude? I asked, is Dumbledore the guy with no nose? And I get the third
You're
degree.
just always rude.
How was that rude?
You have a tone.
I have a tone. I'm actually never rude. I'm really just blunt.
Anyway, okay.
Okay.
So
You still haven't answered the question about who the fuck Dumbledore is. I'm still in the dark about who the person is, what we're talking about.
perhaps if you would have maybe watched the movie
Pass.
before doing an episode about Harry Potter,
Pass. It was about creatures.
it's your
So-
own fault.
So my question still stands.
No,
Okay.
you don't get to know. I'm not going to answer your
Okay.
question.
I'm never going to watch the movies. I don't fucking care.
Okay, that's fine, I guess. Yeah, basilisks are completely different creatures. They have a lot of mythology on their own. They're kind of the same thing as a cockatrice. I don't know if you know what a cockatrice is.
Isn't that a chimera?
It's sort of it's a rooster snake hybrid.
Yeah, because it has the rooster on the face and its tail is a snake, isn't it?
Yeah, and it like breathes fire.
So it's a lake
Right,
station
and it breathes fire.
chimera.
Right.
Yeah.
What did you just say, Ben?
So it's a lake station chimera.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not being nice anymore.
Well, Lake Station sucks and everybody knows it. So, anyways, it's not a secret.
I mean, you're not wrong.
But if you're a listener that lives in Lake Station, we appreciate you, but you should probably move. So,
You should
Definitely.
definitely get out of there, man. Come on. What are you doing?
yeah. So, cockatrice. Yeah, is that in Harry Potter too?
No.
Okay.
But a basilisk and a cockatrice are like essentially the same creature in our
Okay.
mythology.
I see.
They get like lumped in together. It's basically the same creature, but it's just called different names in different places.
Okay.
And the one in Harry Potter is like quite different from the one in our own mythology. It's the one in Harry Potter is like huge, like massive, right? The actual mythological basilisk / cockatrice is not. It's like the size of a regular snake, maybe like a little bit bigger.
Oh.
But it's like the mythology behind it. It comes from like a whole bunch of different places, and it's essentially a snake that can kill someone just by like looking at them, and also with its venom, and also with its like breath. I guess it can like breathe on someone and kill them.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and its mortal enemy is the weasel.
Of course it is.
So,
Riveting.
So it kind of comes. It's assumed that it kind of comes from like Middle Eastern areas or like areas that have cobras, because a lot of the mythology and like ancient drawings of what would be considered a basilisk or a cockatrice, it's like standing upright. It's got like feet.
Okay.
But that could have come from like when cobras kind of go like
Yeah,
this. And then it's like mistranslated over however long, and telephone happens. And
sure. It's when you mentioned cockatrice, my first, and I know you've never watched it, so I wouldn't expect you to know my reference, but there was an anime on Netflix called Delicious in Dungeon, and it's these people that are trying to go through a dungeon, and they don't want to bring all these supplies with them, so they start eating the monsters that they're killing.
Oh, okay.
But a cockatrice is one of them.
Really?
And they like steal his eggs.
Oh yeah.
But they do kill. They fight several of them, but they're like above human size, like they're like 6,
They're
7
like
feet
big.
tall.
Yeah.
And but the fire part, yes, the fire part, and then the snake part, yeah. And they can also like the snake part and the chicken part have 2 different brains. And the snake, so they actually do act independently. They act together, but they act independently. So the snake can actually like see like your heat signatures and shit, and make it very
Does it
very
have,
different.
like 2 heads.
The snake is on the ass, and the chicken's on the front. Yeah.
Oh, that's
So
different.
it is like independent, like they're independent of each other. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But
I didn't see that in any like regular myths. That might be unique to what you were watching.
yeah, just an anime thing. Yeah.
Sounds crazy.
It's actually a really funny anime
Yeah.
though. I'm not gonna lie. Justice watched it with me. She enjoys it. It's pretty funny.
Cool.
If you have Netflix, check it
It's
out.
also the it's the mascot for Good Mythical Morning. That is.
Mm-mm.
It's a like internet show. Anyway,
Okay.
listeners might know what it is.
Sure.
The basilisk before it was the cockatrice was a snake. It was essentially just a snake.
Mm-hmm.
And then it had like protrusions on its head that looked like a crown. And then over the centuries, it was kind of like an ancient Greek mythological snake. And then over the centuries, like once it got to kind of medieval times, then it was like, oh, it's got this thing on its head. It must be a part rooster.
Okay.
Yeah. So for whatever reason, it kind of got mixed in with this rooster snake hybrid. And it's got, it's in mythology, its venom can kill you even if you just like touch it.
Okay.
There's a myth of a hero like stabbing the basilisk, and its venom travels up his spear and touches his hand, and he has to cut off his hand to survive.
Oh.
Yeah, he like quickly cuts off his hand before the venom spreads the rest of his body. But then also you can protect yourself from the basilisk from its stare.
So that's what I was referring to. Oh, I didn't know. Yeah.
Blind. Oh, okay. That's that chicken's got a snake coming out of its butt.
It does.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
sure.
Yep.
That's a different take.
Yep. I just wanted to show you that so you had like a mental image of what I was referring to.
I like it. That's funny. Because I saw like a few different depictions, like ancient drawings of the cockatrice, and some of them kind of look like that, where the snake is just, it's not the head of the snake, but it's like the snake tail, and it's just kind of like sticking out of the chicken's butt.
I don't know which one makes more sense. I don't. Okay.
I know, they're funny.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then so also because it's got like a deadly gaze, like if it looks at you, you'll die. So part of the mythology is like you can look at it through something reflective. So in Harry Potter, it'll kill you if you look directly at its eyes. But all of the victims of the basilisk were like, luckily by coincidence, did not directly look at it. Like one of the characters saw it in a puddle, like behind them. And so they became like petrified, which was basically like they were frozen. One of them saw it through a camera, then, didn't die, just became petrified.
So it's Medusa with cheat codes.
I mean, yeah, well, it's the same thing kind of as Medusa because Medusa, you can look at her also through a reflection.
Daniel?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's how, what's his name? Killed her. He looked at her through his...
No, Odysseus?
Odysseus, I think.
Odysseus. It's been a while since I've read that.
I can't remember the last time I read any of that.
He looked at her through his shield, her reflection from his shield, and that's how he was able to kill her. Which is a really fucked up story, by the way. Like, we should talk about that.
I'm sorry. It was Perseus.
Perseus?
I'm glad I looked that up.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
Yeah, it was Perseus. I don't know why I thought it was Odysseus. Maybe because it was in... I don't know. I can't remember.
It's been a while.
It's been a long time.
It's been a while.
We should do an episode about some of those Greek
myths.
Those
Oh,
are
that'd be
very
fun.
cool.
Yeah, I can definitely dive into that for sure.
Speaking of Greek myths, another one that I want to talk about was Cerberus.
Okay.
Because
the best boy.
Yeah, exactly.
The goodest boy.
Times 3.
I'll say all three of them.
The goodest boy times 3.
Indeed.
So Cerberus is his name in Harry Potter is Fluffy. And he belongs to the groundskeeper, Hagrid, and he is used to guard the Philosopher's Stone, which is another thing that's in Harry Potter that is actually a mythological thing in real life. But we're not talking about stuff like that. We're talking about...
Well, yeah, we're not getting to alchemy today.
We're talking about creatures today.
Yep.
So Cerberus... Hang on, my notes are all messed up.
Yeah, we should definitely plan a Greek myth episode. I think I can definitely dig into that one. At least I don't have to watch a bunch of movies for it. I mean, I guess I could.
I mean,
so the whole Greek hero thing,
lot.
that would be... There's a lot there.
Well, yeah, I mean, we kind of briefly touched on it when we talked about the end of the Bronze Age, because everything that was written about the Greeks came from the Bronze Age by people that were never even alive for it, which is good times.
So Cerberus is the guardian of the underworld in Greek mythology. He's a 3-headed dog, so good boy times 3. He guards the entrance to the underworld. He belongs to the god of the underworld, and his job is to prevent the dead from leaving and to stop the living from entering, which he does very poorly. Because people do be getting in there all the time.
Oh yeah, like all the time. Like I was trying to remember like where I first saw Cerberus at. Was it Dante's Inferno or was it the Iliad and the Odyssey? It was actually first in the Iliad and the Odyssey. But yeah, people go in there to Hades all the time.
Yeah.
Like all the time.
Yeah.
Because he's the goodest boy, but not the goodest guard dog.
No, he's really not.
Really not.
He's pretty good at keeping people from leaving, but like...
Yeah, leaving leaving is his own problem.
Yeah, but like...
If motor functions are split between 3 heads.
But yeah, people going in there, they're just like, oh, give him a little snacko.
Pretty much.
And he's good. Yeah, give him a little pat.
Yeah, belly rubs.
He's like, all right, go for it.
Yeah, belly rubs go a long way.
He's sometimes depicted with a serpent's tail and with snakes writhing from parts of his body, Medusa style. And he's supposedly fearsome. He's supposed to be fearsome, unyielding, and the barrier between life and death. There's a myth about Orpheus and Eurydice. So Orpheus was a legendary musician and poet in Greek mythology. He was the son of the muse Calliope, and his music was so powerful it could charm wild beasts. So his wife Eurydice dies, and he goes to try to retrieve her from the underworld, and he has to get past Cerberus. And what he does is he just like plays him some music. He's like, "Oh, you want a song?" Then he starts playing his harp, and then the dog is like, "Dope."
Like, yeah, that's tight.
I like it.
Come on in.
Come on in. So, yeah. So, it's really not hard to get past this particular bouncer. You can just play him some music. You can wrap a lion skin around him, apparently, and that'll subdue him as well. It's kind of, he's got a lot of ways to. He's definitely not fallible, or he's definitely fallible.
Oh yeah, 100%. I was trying to remember how Dante got past him, and well, it actually wasn't Dante. It was Virgil. Through handfuls of mud that filled the circles around the dog's mouth and subdued it, allowing Dante and Virgil to continue their journey.
Yeah, why not?
Yep. Well, because they did the 9 circles of hell in Dante's Inferno,
Yeah.
which is a thing we can cover in obviously another episode.
That would be cool. That would be cool to do.
It's been a minute since I've read that one.
Yeah,
I think I might still own it somewhere. That'd be fun. We should. I'm going to write that down.
that would be fun.
Yeah. DJ, write that down. Bringing that back.
Where is DJ?
I thought he was coming on this one.
Yeah, I thought he was.
I thought he was the one that said Sunday.
Yeah.
I'm really pretty sure about it.
I'm pretty sure you're right too, but whatever. Anyways, we're already 46 minutes into this episode.
He's not here.
He's gonna show up right now and knock over the camera.
Oh my god. So in Harry Potter, it's basically like the exact same thing. He's guarding the Philosopher's Stone. He's kind of the first challenge in the first book that the trio come to, and they end up tricking Hagrid into telling him how they can get past him.
Okay.
And so he's like, "Oh, you just play him some music," and he falls asleep. It's pretty easy. And they're like, "All right, bet." So they grab a flute, and then they play a flute, and he falls asleep, and they just go right past him. So, really not that challenging.
Yeah, doesn't sound like it.
In the movie, someone's already gotten past him at that point, and so they have like a harp that's playing itself, and he's just already asleep, so they don't even really have to do absolutely anything. So, yeah.
Yeah, he's trying his best.
He is. He's doing his best.
That's fine.
He's a good boy.
Sounds as dangerous as Snoopy.
Yeah.
Dude, Snoopy has snacked on human femurs.
That is true. And he was the Red Baron.
And he was the Rope Baron, yes.
Yeah, now that I think about it.
He has his own pizza. He might have been there during World War I. He ate human femurs.
He might have gassed some people.
There's a higher than 0 chance, yes.
Yeah.
Why was he eating human feet?
You ever see the picture of like Snoopy just eating bones?
And the bones that he's given.
Yeah, the bones that he's giving. Yeah, those look like just like femurs.
I don't know, they're human femurs. Why aren't they like?
It should be
other
disturbing
animal
either way.
Maybe they're like you know how the greenies, like greenie bones, are like shaped like a femur.
Sure.
You don't have a dog. I don't know why I'm asking you.
Nope.
Listeners know.
I mean, I had a dog growing up. I don't remember those treats.
There are these treats called greenies, and they're like really good for their teeth.
Mm.
Yeah, and it's shaped like a femur. So.
Well, the crunch Snoopy gives sounds like a war crime. That's what me and Aaron are saying.
Snoopy is a war criminal, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it's 100% true.
Well, he's a pilot.
He's a role model.
Mm-hmm.
He flies his house around.
Yeah, he was a Red Baron.
That's what we were talking about. He was a Red Baron.
Sure. Okay. Yeah.
Yep, German pilot, World War I. I did a report about him in German when I was still taking German classes.
Snoopy or the Red Baron?
Yes. They are one and the same, obviously.
I've never seen them at the same time.
Das ist das. Anyways.
I mean, yeah, those were kind of the 3 that I really wanted to talk about because they're kind of 3 really main creatures that Harry Potter and his friends encounter. The other ones are pretty obvious, like a dragon.
Yeah, there's werewolves.
Yeah, there's werewolves, which are kind of like an allegory for racism in a lot of ways. Or like racism, or maybe like also like disabilities.
Okay.
I guess you can say like J.K. Rowling kind of treats werewolfism as sort of as a different race that's discriminated against, but also sort of as a disability that can be like treated.
Okay.
It's weird. So
that's why she got canceled. Well, that's one of the many reasons, actually. She was a horrible person.
She's a bad person.
Horrible person. Did you know they actually added a trans person into the game just to spite her?
I think I heard about that.
It's
I remember
really great.
hearing about that.
It's
and
really
being
funny.
like, hell yeah, brother. That
It's
is
really
so
funny.
funny.
It made me laugh when I said I played and beat the game. It was very fun. But I was later like, oh, they added a trans person to this game. In your face, bitch.
I love that. I love that so much.
She sucks. Anyways,
They announced the kids that are going to be in the HBO show.
I saw
and
that.
People are terrified for them.
Yeah, it's as a lifetime Star Wars fan, I get it.
Yeah.
Because the worst fans of Star Wars are Star Wars fans.
Uh-huh.
And I know it's the same thing for Harry Potter.
Oh, it is. It's
so,
bad.
yeah.
I mean, God, it didn't used to be.
Mm.
Like, when I was younger, like, the Harry Potter fan base, anything that had to do with Harry Potter, people just, like, went feral over. There was not a negative sentiment to be found.
Yeah.
But nowadays, it's like people are just mad about everything.
Well, J.K. Rowling didn't shut the fuck up either, so that didn't help.
That's
like,
true.
she habitually kept her mouth open about everything.
And she still does.
And she still does.
For some reason.
Like, she just keeps adding fuel to the fire of people's hatred for her. I don't get it.
Like, shut
Like, you made a lot of money.
Yeah, just take
Shut the
your
fuck up.
check and shut up.
Shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I don't get it.
But yeah, I mean, they're adorable. These kids are so stinking cute. They look perfect for their roles. They
look like they'll fit.
Yeah, they absolutely look like they will fit. But for some reason, people are still mad.
Well, again, it's just like with Star Wars fans.
Yeah.
There's no pleasing Star Wars fans. I am a Star Wars fan.
Yeah.
I know. I'm a part of the problem. Well, kind of. I'm reasonable at least, but
Oh, and people are mad that Snape is black.
that's about right.
So
Isn't J.K. Rowling one of them?
probably,
It's mad about that.
probably.
It's been a while since I've heard something stupid she said.
Yeah.
It's been a minute.
So I don't know. I'm probably gonna end up getting HBO, paying for HBO so I can watch it.
Yeah, that's the one I don't have, oddly enough.
I don't have HBO either.
And they have some good content on there.
They have great content. I still haven't watched the new season of The Last of Us because I don't have HBO.
Oh, yeah. I forgot that
Do
happened.
you have Disney already?
I do. I have Disney Plus and Hulu.
You can bundle it with HBO.
It's through my phone. It's through my phone plan. So it's already in a bundle. So
Bundle the bundle.
I don't think I can do it.
Okay.
I don't know.
Find a spell in Harry Potter.
Okay.
Avonica.
Bundle it. Bullshit.
Oh, you do get the forbidden spells in the game, by the way. And the amount of people you can murder in that game is hilarious.
Awesome.
Like, you could be a mass murderer of a child.
You can like torture people too.
Yes, you can.
Nice.
Yeah, there's like Crucio and I forgot the other ones. Yeah, there's a bunch of shit you can do in that game. That game, you're playing as like a teenager. You're playing as a student.
Uh-huh.
So you're playing as like, a teenager or whatever. And yeah, like you can just go around
You
murdering.
just kill people.
It's bad. It gets real bad. It is hilarious. Oh god, like forbidden spells. Once I started learning, because you have to like do certain things to like get them.
Yeah.
And yeah, once you get them, it's hilarious.
Okay, sure.
You are a menace.
Well, like there's that meme that's like, if Harry Potter would have just like had a gun, he could have just killed Voldemort so much faster.
And that's the thing. Like, there's that joke, and then there's a joke about Michael Jordan and the Bulls. Because, like, the time period this is supposed to be taking place in is during the Bulls championship
Oh,
run.
yeah, it's like the 90s.
And nobody mentions it.
Yeah. Well, they're in like Great Britain or whatever, so
Yeah, the Bulls were an international
probably just
hit.
don't care as much, maybe.
You should have seen the riots in the streets that happened and when Michael Jordan was in Paris.
Well, you still had the Dream Team and
the Dream Team.
for the Olympics
That too.
during that era. So it's they weren't unknown.
Yeah, the Bulls are what made basketball an international sport. Like that's what. Well, I mean, it was already international, but it brought a spotlight to it.
American basketball
Right? Yeah,
being
because basketball was
followed.
everywhere.
Yeah,
but
I mean, like maybe once you become a wizard and you realize that like giants are real, you're probably not so impressed anymore.
but it's Michael Jordan.
I guess, yeah.
Like giants are cool.
I mean, I don't even like sports, but Michael Jordan.
And have you seen Space Jam? He beat aliens.
I love Space Jam.
Of course.
One of them being Danny DeVito.
Indeed. So, just saying. Just saying. I mean, giants are cool, but the dude beat aliens
I want to watch Space Jam right now.
with Bugs Bunny.
Bunny. With Lola Bunny.
Is this streaming on anything?
I don't
It
know.
might be on HBO. That's Warner Brothers.
Damn it.
One that we don't have.
The one that we don't.
I'll find out right now.
Hey, HBO, sponsor this podcast so we can actually
Yes,
get your service.
seriously. We will promote the hell out of
We
you.
will do that.
Give
we
us
will.
a call.
We'll do that. All right, you know our email. We said enough. Just at Required Taste Podcast. We have a website. It's the whole thing.
I will start a sub podcast specifically about Harry Potter and other HBO shows.
Well, they have the entire suite of Cartoon Network stuff on there.
Do they really?
Like, well, not all of it, but like a lot of like the Adult Swim shows were on there. Like the Boondocks is on there. I can see Hunger Force, like all that stuff from like back then. is on there.
They have all the Harry Potter movies. And they have like a ton of other really good movies. My grandparents were accidentally paying for it for a while.
Of course they were. That's such a grandparent move.
Oh, yeah, it is. So before we canceled it, I was like, well, we might as well watch some of these movies.
Right.
And I was like, they got the best movies on
It is
here.
not currently on HBO. It is on the Roku channel, though.
Oh.
Okay.
Fine.
Yeah.
I guess. Well, anyways, I guess we can wrap this bad boy up then. It's about to be about an hour anyway, so, we've done it.
It was fun. I feel like, well, there's a lot of mythical creatures that are pretty cool in Harry Potter that are based on real world mythical creatures. And there's also like historical mythical figures like that are present in the books. And like stuff like the Philosopher's Stone and, there's alchemy and there's a lot to explore. So maybe we'll do a part 2. Ben's not invited.
I'm not coming. Not allowed to answer or ask fucking questions, apparently.
Ask me a question.
I don't care anymore.
Okay.
Okay.
But yeah, we can definitely do, even the Philosopher's Stone itself, and it's been in so many different cultures too, so.
Yeah.
Because I think there was a tie-in with the apple and the Garden of Eden with the Philosopher's Stone, wasn't there at some point? I think there was
I wouldn't doubt it.
A tie-in with that too. But there's so many different versions of what the Philosopher's Stone is. So many pop culture references, of course, to it. Obviously, Harry Potter, Full Metal Alchemist, one of my favorite animes and one of the best animes of all time. So yeah, there's a lot of ways we can go with that. But anyways, yeah, we'll discuss that. We'll figure out another episode for that, and we'll go from there. But listener wise, at least we did knock out part of her suggestion for an episode. There was another one about the New Madrid fault line is the other one.
Yeah, we can do that one too for sure.
Yeah, which we can cover. Which that should be pretty. I mean, that's kind of close to where we are, I think, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's important to us.
Yes.
Yeah, we're close enough for it to be important.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was from Brenda, by the way. Brenda was the person who suggested this episode and then the other one. So thanks, Brenda, for all your kind words, by the way. We appreciate that. And we'll do the other one of these days, hopefully.
And if anybody else has any suggestions, we'd love to hear them, and we will prioritize them.
Yeah, we did a bad job of that in the past few months. Because we actually have more. I have a list of all of them that I compiled in our documents.
Okay, so we'll work on those.
Yeah, we'll get on those. So yeah, if you guys have any other suggestions, you can actually reach out to us on requiredtastepodcast.com. There is a place you can actually send us email on the website itself, or reach out to us directly at Required Taste Podcast. Gmail, that's actually our social medias too, so you can message us through there. We'll get the message eventually, and we will take care of it. So yeah, if you made it this far in the episode, thanks for sticking with us. Thanks for all the support you've given us over these years. Give us a like and give us a follow. Please give us a share too. We're trying to grow our audience again this year. And we have a website. So yeah, requiredtastepodcast.com. Check that out. I'm still adding more to it, but I made a website, which is pretty fun.
Yay.
So I done did it.
Yay, Daddy.
Very well done.
I mean, yeah, I'm unemployed now, so I have free time.
Yeah.
It's fine.
You did a great job. It looks great.
Thank you.
Go on our website and see it and look at it, and then come back and tell Tech Daddy how good it looks.
Thanks. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
So yeah, again, we thank you all for our support, and y'all be cool.
Bye.